What's up everyone? Welcome back to 2JZ Garage. Today we're going to be changing the transfer case seal on the 1994 Toyota pickup. As I've mentioned in the past, it has been leaking a ton from the front seal going to the front drive shaft. If you look over here, it's got a ton of leakage coming right out of it. One thing I did notice as well is my cover is cracked, so I'm going to have to probably try to find another cover. But I can make it work for now. If you guys are following me on Instagram, you guys will know that this Saturday I am going to get the truck tuned, so I need to get the seal changed out, and we also have to change out the intercooler. So something I might be doing in this video, I don't know yet, but we'll see just how long it's going to take to change the seal, and we'll go from there. So the first thing you want to do before you take off the shaft, you want to mark it, because these things are balanced to spec. You can see all these plates and stuff, so they need to be put back on exactly the way they are taken off. So you can see I marked it here, here, and here. That way I make sure I get it in the correct spot. What it looks like here, we have to take off our 4 13mm bolts, if I'm not mistaken, and this thing should slide right off. Over here, we have to take off this plate, the cover. Looks like we have a 13 here, 2 more 13s, and the ones on the transfer case. Alright, so there's the last bolt. We had to use this swivel socket. We had to take out the plate covering this plate that goes here. We took it off to get easier access. What I did is I had to spin this shaft around so I can access the bolts easier, because trying to get it from the top is harder. So to hold the shaft in place, all you want to do is just leave at least 2 of the bolts on this side on, and it's going to hold it locked in. That's pretty much it. Now we got to slide this last bolt out. There you go. And that's it. Set all these on the tray. Try to keep your workspace organized so you don't have everything everywhere. And now we can slide this off. We should be able to. There you go.
Oh wow.
There you go. Set this to the side. All of our grease fittings, we can grease them up, get everything nice and lubricated. So I have to remove that bolt. There is a locking washer holding that thing locked. This one right here. We have to beat this out, make it a circle again so we can loosen that bolt, take it out. And then after we take this off, the seal's in there.
Let's get it.
Alright, so after messing with it for quite a bit, you can see I already got mine loose. I had to beat that little sleeve going into the groove down, and I was able to loosen out that bolt. I used the wrench, did it by hand. You want to start it off by hand and don't use the impact wrench yet, because if you do that, you can damage something, and you just don't want to put so much tension on that, you know. I don't have Yano filming me anymore, so I'm going to have to keep you guys updated as I go. So I'm going to go ahead and take off this bolt all the way. It's a 30mm socket. That's the size you're gonna need to take that off. One thing that I did forget to mention is you are going to want to go into your truck and put the truck in 4-wheel drive. That way this bolt does not spin around and move, and it'll stay tight so you can loosen it. I got the bolt loose and went to take it out just to try it, and it turns out it slides right off. Obviously, learn from my mistake. Make sure you get yourself an oil pan for the oil that's gonna leak out. We're gonna let it finish draining and see how we're gonna take out that seal. After fighting with it for quite a while, you can see I finally got the seal out. I'll bring you guys over here to the seal. You can see I had to beat the crap out of it. Completely bent up the cover for the seal. And here's the seal. And my new seal, if I bring it over, I'll put it side to side with the old one. You can see it is way bigger. So I have to call up my local auto parts store and make sure they have this seal and this cover. I ended up ordering 4 different seals just to make sure I get the correct ones. I think here is what I have to be the right ones. This one's the one with the metal, but the thing that is different from this one and the new one, the old one has like cushion inside, and the new one does not have the cushion. It has like a rubber and a spring. Only difference is on this old one, it does not have like the metal tabs in the inside. The first seal that we need to put in is the rubber one, and the spring side is gonna go in. What I did is I got myself a socket to the same exact size of the ring, and that's what I'm gonna use to beat it in. And now we're ready for the second one. Alright, now that those are in, let's slide this one back on. Alright, now we gotta look up the torque specs for that nut, and we'll torque it down. So I did my research, and you need to torque down that bolt to 54 foot-pounds. That's it. Now we gotta beat the tab back into the groove. I added oil to it and it seems to not have leaked so far, so I think so far it's pretty good. Before I put everything back together though, now that I have the shields and the shaft and everything off, I get much easier access to pressure wash all this stuff under here. So what I'm gonna do real quick is pressure wash the whole underside of the truck and try to get everything as clean as possible. And I'm gonna be using the SuperTech engine degreaser. This stuff works amazingly. You would just see how much it foams up and it cleans everything crazy. Look at this. Good thing is, like, it's white and I'll be able to see all the spots that I missed. I might set up the tripod so I can show you guys everything, but let's get some pictures real quick. It was very dirty. I just want to get it nice and cleaned up. You can see the difference that I made. I got all my fittings, everything nice and greased up, so this thing is ready to go in. Got my tray here with all my bolts and nuts and the lock washer, so we're good to go. Let's put this thing on. My shaft is in, tightened up on both ends, and I put the cover plate back on. Everything looking nice and clean, and I put the bottom shield on. It still has not leaked out any fluid, so I think the oil leak is finally solved. So now we have to jump into the front and start tearing out that intercooler. That way I can install the new one. The new one that I have has thicker fins. All the fins are bent. This is just nasty and old. This is a very old intercooler. It's from probably 5-6 years ago. Obviously you can see that some of the fins are bent on this one as well, but I'm gonna try to straighten them as best as possible without breaking them off. But this one is 10 times better than the other one. You can see these are flat, the other ones are round. These are rounded, they're not straight, and the fins are sticking out a little bit, which probably is why they got bent pretty easily. And on the new one, they're like flush with the fins, and this is flat. It looks nicer, and it should perform better as well. I'm gonna throw you guys a time-lapse video of me taking everything off. First thing I have to take off is the light bar. Then we can start taking off all the clamps holding in the couplers so we can slide this manifold off. So we can slide this intercooler off. Finally, it's off. I get questioned so many times in my videos, lives, everything. How do I have my intercooler mounted? And it literally is just wedged in there. As you guys seen, it was very tight and extremely hard for me to pull it out. I removed this bracket and I put this line in the back of this bracket, so now I shouldn't have issues with the intercooler rubbing that line. And if you guys look in here, I do have some surface rust on parts of the frame. So I got a sand block here. I'm gonna go ahead and sand all these areas, and I got some black spray paint. I'm gonna spray them down. That way the rust does not continue. I got some cardboard so I can cover the radiator and don't get all that full of overspray. I'm gonna try to do all this that's behind the intercooler now, and then later I will do the rest of underneath of the truck. Pretty much done spraying all the black. I'm gonna let it dry up for about 30 minutes, if that, and now I'm gonna slide in the new intercooler, connect all the pipes, and we should be done. It's gonna look way cleaner on the sides of the intercooler, especially on this part of the frame right here, because it had like surface rust before and it just looked kind of bunk. Now it's gonna be black and like look sleek and clean. got cut. I hope my camera didn't die. After fighting with it for quite some time, I finally got it in. It was very tough. My arms get tired, you know, working above your head. I had to take a little breaks here and there, but I finally got it on. I still need to tighten up the couplers, and I'm gonna get my tape measure real quick and just measure and make sure I'm equal on both sides, just cause that's how OCD I am. My battery died. I'm absolutely excited on how good the front end looks now. Like, it used to look really good, obviously, but now with this new fresh intercooler, it just changes the looks of the truck. Oh, nice. It just changes the looks of the truck like tremendously. Like, it looks so much more cleaner. And now that, I mean, you guys didn't notice because you guys weren't up close, but if you were up close and you looked at these brackets, they just were not the same, and the bolts were different and rusted up. But now I got them equal, both sides, light bar straight. It used to be slanted in a little angle. Now it's perfectly straight and centered, and it just looks awesome. I'm so glad that I painted the side of the intercoolers black, like the frames, because it just looks 10 times better. You used to see like surface of rust, but now it's just black, and it just makes it look so much more clean and like proper. The other thing I need to do pretty soon is my suspension. I gotta get some new shock absorbers, and probably, I don't know, should I get all this under here powder coated or something? Or should I just like sand it down and paint it black like I did up here? Let me know down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoy watching today's video and me getting Tina ready for tomorrow, the big day. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace out, and see you then.